There is a question that every single human being will ask at least once in their life. You might ask it when the doctor walks into the waiting room with a look on his face that tells you everything you didn't want to know. You might ask it when the person you thought you would grow old with packs a bag and walks out the door. You might ask it in the silence of your bedroom, when you are so overwhelmed by anxiety or depression that you physically cannot get out of bed. The question is, why? God, if you are good, why is this happening? If you love me, why does it hurt so much? Did I do something wrong? Are you punishing me? Or, are you even there? If you are asking that question today, I want you to know something. You are not alone, and you are not crazy for asking it. In the modern West, we have created a version of Christianity that is allergic to pain. We are told that God is like a cosmic vending machine. If you put in the coin of faith, He drops out the candy bar of blessing. We are told that if we pray enough, we will be rich, healthy, and happy. So, when the cancer comes, or the bankruptcy comes, or the grief comes, our faith shatters. We feel betrayed. But the ancient Christians, the martyrs, the desert fathers, the apostles, they viewed suffering very differently. They didn't see pain as a sign of God's absence. They saw it as the primary tool of His presence. They possessed a secret, a way of looking at tragedy that didn't just explain it, but actually transformed it into power. Today, we are going to walk through the fire together. We are going to look at the Orthodox theology of suffering. We are going to look at why God allows your heart to break, and how, if you let Him, He uses the pieces to build something far more beautiful than what you had before. This isn't going to be an easy video, but if you are hurting, this might be the most important video you ever watch. To understand suffering, we have to understand who God is. Most of us, deep down, have a subconscious image of God as a judge or a police officer. When things go wrong, our first thought is, I'm in trouble. We think God is angry at us. We think, I must have sinned, and now He is getting me back. This is the juridical view of God, the idea that God is an executioner handing out sentences. But the Orthodox Church Fathers offer a completely different metaphor. They say God is not an executioner. He is a surgeon. Imagine you are a child. You wake up in a bright, white room. A man in a mask is standing over you with a sharp knife. He cuts you open. You scream in pain. You bleed. If you don't understand what is happening, you would think this man is a monster. You would think he is trying to kill you. But what you don't know is that you have a tumor growing inside you that is going to kill you in a month. That man with the knife isn't hurting you. He is saving you. The pain of the incision is real, but it is therapeutic pain. Saint John Chrysostom, the golden-mouthed preacher of the 4th century, said that God acts as a physician to the human soul. The soul, like the body, gets sick. We get infected with pride. We get bloated with ego. We get paralyzed by our attachment to money, or reputation, or comfort. These spiritual diseases are far more dangerous than cancer, because cancer can only kill your body, but pride can kill your soul for eternity. So, God, in His severe mercy, picks up the scalpel. He allows the job loss to cut away your arrogance. He allows the breakup to cut away your dependency on others for validation. He allows the illness to cut away your illusion that you are in control of the universe. This is the first shift you have to make in your mind. This pain is not punishment. It is pruning. Jesus said in the Gospel of John, I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine dresser. Every branch that bears fruit He prunes, that it may bear more fruit. Have you ever seen a vineyard being pruned? It looks violent. The gardener cuts the plant back until it looks almost dead. It looks like a stump. But the gardener knows something the branch does not. He knows that if he doesn't cut it back, the energy will be wasted on leaves instead of grapes. He cuts it so that it can become what it was meant to be. If you are being cut right now, it is not because God hates you. It is because He sees fruit in you that hasn't grown yet. Let's look at the Bible. The Bible is not a book about people who had easy lives. It is a book about trauma survivors who trusted God. Look at the story of Joseph in the Old Testament. This is the ultimate blueprint for suffering. Joseph did nothing wrong. He was a good kid. And what happened? His brothers hated him. They threw him in a pit. They sold him into slavery. He goes to Egypt, tries to do the right thing, and gets falsely accused of assault. He gets thrown in prison for years. Imagine Joseph sitting in that dark, rat-infested cell. He must have screamed at the ceiling, "God, why? I kept your commandments. I honored my father. Why am I rotting in this hole?" It didn't make sense. It looked like God had abandoned him. But we have the benefit of reading the end of the story. Because of the pit, Joseph got to Egypt. Because of the prison, Joseph met the Pharaoh's servants. Because he met the servants, he interpreted the dream. Because he interpreted the dream, he became the prince of Egypt. And because he was the prince, he was able to save thousands of people, including the brothers who betrayed him, from starving to death during the famine. Years later, when his brothers are terrified that Joseph will take revenge, Joseph looks at them and says the most powerful sentence in the Old Testament. "You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good." This is the Orthodox concept of synergy. We live in a fallen world. People are mean. Sickness is real. Demons are active. God does not create evil. He is pure light. But he is so powerful, so masterful, that he can hijack the evil plans of the enemy and use them for your salvation. The devil thought he was destroying Joseph by putting him in prison. Actually, he was positioning him for the throne. The devil thought he was destroying you by getting you fired. Actually, he might be pushing you toward the vocation you were actually born for. You are in the middle of the book right now. You are in the chapter called The Prison. Do not mistake this chapter for the end of the story. God is writing a plot twist that you cannot see yet. Now, let's talk about something that makes Westerners uncomfortable. Let's talk about the danger of the good life. We spend our whole lives trying to get comfortable. We want the nice house, the safe retirement, the easy routine. But the Holy Fathers warn us, comfort is often more dangerous to the soul than suffering. Saint Isaac the Syrian, a great mystic, said, "The man who has found the path of comfort has walked off the path of God." Why? Because when everything is going well, we fall asleep. We forget God. When your bank account is full, do you pray with desperation? No. You say a quick, "Thanks, God," and move on. When your health is perfect, do you think about eternity? No. You think about your next vacation. Comfort acts like anesthesia. It numbs us to our need for God. Suffering is the smelling salts. It wakes us up. C.S. Lewis, who was deeply influenced by ancient theology, famously wrote, "God whispers to us in our pleasures, but shouts in our pains. It is his megaphone to rouse a deaf world." There is a story in the book of Daniel about the three holy youths, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The king throws them into a fiery furnace because they refused to bow to an idol. The fire was so hot it killed the soldiers who threw them in. But when the king looked into the fire, he didn't see 3 men burning. He saw 4 men walking around, unbound and unharmed. And he said, "The form of the 4th is like the Son of God." Here is the miracle. The fire did not burn their bodies. The fire did not burn their clothes. The fire only burned the ropes that tied them. This is what suffering does for the Christian. The fire of tragedy burns away the ropes of the world. It burns away your attachments, your addictions, your false hopes. It sets you free. And most importantly, it is in the fire, not in the palace, that you meet the 4th man. It is in the deepest pain that you often feel the nearest presence of Christ. Christ is not a stranger to pain. We worship a God who was tortured. We worship a God who wept. He does not sit on a cloud watching you suffer. He hangs on the cross with you. So, what do? When the diagnosis comes, when the heart breaks, how do we react? The world tells you to be angry. The world tells you to become bitter. Orthodoxy gives us a different path. Step 1. Stop asking, "Why me?" and start asking, "What now?" The question, why me, is a trap. It keeps you looking backward. It keeps you in the role of a victim. The spiritual warrior asks, Lord, I do not understand this. I do not like this. But you have allowed it. So, what do you want me to learn here? How do I find you in this dark room? Step 2. The glory to God for all things. Saint John Chrysostom died in exile. He was an old man, forced to march in the rain by soldiers who hated him. He was dying, cold, and humiliated. His last words were not a complaint. His last words were, "Glory to God for all things." This is the nuclear weapon against the devil. When you are in pain and you say, "Glory to God anyway," the devil is terrified. He has no weapon left. He tried to break you, and instead, you praised God. Try this. Even through gritted teeth. Even through tears. Say, "Lord, I thank you. I trust you." It changes the atmosphere of your soul. Step 3. Don't waste your pain. In the West, we try to numb pain. We drink, we scroll, we binge watch, we sleep. But pain is energy. Take that pain and turn it into prayer. Take that grief and turn it into compassion for others. Saint Paisios, a modern saint, said that when we suffer, our spiritual signal is strong. God hears the prayer of the broken-hearted louder than the prayer of the comfortable. Use that signal. I want to close with this thought. The symbol of our faith is not a throne. It is a cross. You cannot have a resurrection without a crucifixion. There is no shortcut. If you are in a season of crucifixion right now, please, do not give up. Do not jump off the operating table while the surgeon is still working. He is making you into something you cannot imagine. He is making you into gold. He is making you into a warrior who can handle the weight of glory. There is a quote from Dostoevsky, the great Russian Orthodox writer, that I think about often. He said, "I believe like a child that suffering will be healed and made up for. That in the world's finale, something so precious will come to pass that it will suffice for all hearts, for the comforting of all resentments, for the atonement of all the crimes of humanity, of all the blood that they've shed, that it will make it not only possible to forgive but to justify all that has happened. Your tears are not lost. God catches every single one. Hold on. The night is dark, yes, but the morning star is rising." Thank you for watching. If you are going through a hard time, please leave a comment below, not so we can give you easy answers, but so this community can pray for you. You are not alone. Until next time, keep the faith.